Okay, we're just going to say a couple of words here tonight. Thank you guys. First, thank you guys all for coming out. 10 years is really a great milestone, and everybody here in this room has been a stakeholder in that and participated in some meaningful way, either in support or as a customer or as a friend. So, as a parent, potentially. Hey, Mom. And Dad. There's Dad. So I'll just start. I just want to say thanks to several people here, and I made myself some notes here to make sure that I didn't leave anybody out. First off, just thanks to Bianca, our event planner. Way to go. She's been really fantastic to work with. Thank you, Bianca, to put together this event. Be sure and say hi to her. She's been fantastic to work with. Thanks to Amy. Amy's our HR manager. Was really helpful in Amy, really Melissa, Valerie, and then Sandra for making all the graphics. She's done an awesome job of working our brand into the graphics. And when you get your book of entrance, if you're not impressed with the amount of work that went into that, then you'll have to arm wrestle with Sandra. She put a lot of work into that and has really made that an impressive piece. So that's all about the event. As far as entrance goes, 10 years ago today, the reason you may wonder why have a party on a Monday night seems kind of an odd. First off, the Petroleum Club is closed, and we knew that some of our folks would definitely wear jeans, and they have a no jeans policy, so we didn't want to get anybody thrown out for wearing jeans. So that's first Monday night. Second of all, this is actually our 10th anniversary. So my last paid W-2 paycheck was 10 years ago yesterday. It was the last day that I was employed by another entity other than myself. So this literally is our 10th anniversary today on the 16th. So thanks for that. So 10 years ago, I just finished, I want to thank the Spinnaker folks. I see at least a couple of Spinnaker folks here. Thank you. If there's any other Spinnaker folks that I missed, but I saw at least a couple here. Spinnaker, I was a contractor for a year there, and if you get the book, you'll see in the intro, it tells sort of the story about how Entrance came to be. And Spinnaker was really a foundational part of really where I learned about the oil and gas business, and also got to do a lot of software work there, and ultimately through their sort of transactional story, I sort of got to piggyback on that and get some other clients as a direct sort of side effect of them being sold, companies going on. Barry Creel is here. I saw Barry earlier, who I met. He was another vendor at Spinnaker. He referred us to Petrobras, and sort of we started to build a sort of a book of business of upstream companies, and from there we grew some service companies, and then now we've really sort of focused our whole brand around being fluent in energy, and it really started 10 years ago in working with Spinnaker. So thanks to the Spinnaker folks. A couple of other acknowledgments. I wanted to say, first of all, also this mic is kind of cutting out still. Maybe I'll just cut the mic and be a little bit louder. Not that one. That one? Okay. Can you turn it off? All right. That's all right. Okay, great. So, thank you. Molly and the ring will save the day. Again, in the intro to the book, you'll see that there's a verse written in my office, and I'll thank my mom for this, but Proverbs 3, 5, and 6, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not to your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will direct your paths. And I think for 10 years, I've been the beneficiary of that verse, and for 35 years, I just turned 35, my mom and dad have laid that foundation and taught me those values, and so I'm really excited to first acknowledge that. Second, my wife, Brooke. Thanks, babe. We met about 9 years ago.
9 years and 3 months ago.
9 years and 3 months ago.
Our first date was
And,
9 years and a week ago.
So I was only 6 months in, I guess, or so, 9 months into the company. And so your stock should be pretty valuable now, right?
I've already started cashing it in.
So 50% of nothing, though, is still nothing. So, okay. So again, thanks to my mom and dad for being here. Glad that they could both make it from East Texas. If you don't know, I wasn't raised here. I was born in Northeast Texas. The true East Texas, the piney woods, where there's lots of pine trees. People in Houston say they live in East Texas, but just because you're on the east side of Texas doesn't mean you live in East Texas. I just want all of you Houstonians to know that. Native Houstonians, I'm an adopted Houstonian. I also wanted to thank kind of my department managers. Again, Amy, Chad, Nathan, and Valerie, who run sales and marketing, HR and administration, and consulting. I couldn't do it without you guys, so I see a couple of you, so I'm losing a couple, but thank you guys for everything that you do. Chad, thanks very much. Being my number 2 guy. Couldn't do it without you guys. Sarah, who just joined us 2 weeks ago, my executive assistant, she is totally awesome and a really great fit, and we're really glad to have her, and she's been great at coming up to speed in 2 weeks with this sort of sitting in my inbox. Lots of decisions to make and contracts to sign and checks to sign and things like that. So she's been fantastic. I also want to thank Brad, Eric, and Carlos. They're our most 3 tenured employees. Brad was my first employee. I don't think he's here tonight. I think he's actually on vacation. So already maybe at home with family. But Brad will have his 10-year anniversary in the spring when I hired my first employee in March. And then Eric and Carlos are my other 2 most tenured employees. And of course, I have a 4th and a 5th and a 6th, so I don't mean to cut it off at 3. So thank all of you guys, but particularly those 3 guys, started very early on in the company. I'm sure there was a whole lot of company when they joined us. So make sure I didn't lose anybody here. And last, I just want to lift up all of our employees, all of our team members at Entrance. You guys are, as we win Best Places to Work, which unfortunately I can't write the application, and to win that one, that's only from an employee survey. So I can say that my life has been really meaningful in creating a company where I would want to work. Not that we get everything right, but we're committed to always improving. It's one of our values. And thank you for the feedback. Thank you for the help. Thank you for the hard work that you do for our clients. And helping us build the team further. I couldn't do it without you guys. You guys really are the company. So maybe just a round of applause for the whole team.
Okay, so there aren't many opportunities to talk in front of all of your friends and loved ones and coworkers, except like your wedding and your funeral. So thankfully this is not a funeral.
Halfway, yeah. 35.
And this will not be a roast, but I have a little something for Nate that's floating around here somewhere. So I remember when we were newly married, Nate mentioned something to me once. Yes, that's for you, babe. That when he saw this on someone, it was a sign of success. And I would say you've been pretty successful, not just in business, but at home. To me, a sign of success isn't how many employees you have or how much money you've made, or it's what the people at home think of you, and how much your wife, who knows everything, respects you. And so I would say you've been pretty successful. I love you. Open it.
Okay. You know my dad? This would be newsprint, though, if it was my dad. And you'd have to save it still. Anybody know what that logo is? All right. Wow, this is a serious box. Okay. All right, wow.
It's a Rolex.
Thank you, sweetie.
And it's entrance blue.
All right.
For those of you that know what that means, I didn't know when I went shopping for them, but.
You give Chris a shout out.
Thank you, Chris, for helping me with this.
Resident watch expert.
Here, give me this one.
Oh, I guess I got to take that one off.
And as Nate puts his new watch on, I would like to introduce the band, Molly and the Ringwalds.